Okay, so I had a very fun idea. I've been recently playing through LEGO Batman 1, an upcoming video where I'll be ranking all bosses, and also because I'm very hyped for the new Batman movie, which is coming out, which will most likely be the greatest film ever. Here is my idea. I want to take video games and change them completely by modding them, by changing the look of them, to change the genre of what it was meant to be and make it a brand new experience. So I turned LEGO Batman 1 into a horror game, and I'm going to show you how I did it, my planning for it, and the end result and how it looked at the end of the video. So if you enjoy the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the links below, but sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Okay, so for planning this, I decided to make a beautiful paint drawing and write down all my thoughts for what makes a horror game. Because that's what you need to think of first. What actually makes a horror game? So first off, the darkness, right? A horror game is dark, grimy, gritty. And LEGO Batman is dark, not really gritty, but it's pretty grimy. So there wasn't too much I needed to do here. Except I came into a massive problem when opening the game and figuring out one small problem. The game doesn't have any brightness settings at all on PC. I don't know if it's the same on console. On PC, zero brightness settings. Really weird for a video game to not have any control over the brightness. But here we go. They expect you to turn the TV brightness, which didn't exactly want to do. So to get the dark feel, I had to actually do some post-editing things, filters, color grading on my software. But the end result, I think, looks really good. And the next thing is music. Now, music is so important. Having it and also the lack of music, which is what I found out with this one. So, video game horrors all have great music for each situation where you're being chased, if it's a tense silent moment. So I tested this out with some other famous video game horror soundtracks that I thought would fit what I've chosen, but I actually found having no music and just turning it off, because it's very much copyrighted having the LEGO Batman bass music on, turning that off actually made the creepiest sound effects I think I've heard, especially when you're in Arkham Asylum. But just the ambient sounds they use for this game is really creepy on its own, so I actually didn't need to add any music really, except for loading screens and game over. Survival. Now, for survival, I wanted it to be like a survival horror game, and in this, I could really only do the bare minimum here. But I made a survival horror character in the custom, because there's no mod for this game that are really good at changing anything. There wasn't much settings to play with, but I went for the basic survival character, you know, civilian type or security guard type. And the custom character here is the one I use for showing how it looks in the end. Now, weak, what I wrote here is for it to be, your character has to not be the biggest threat, and in LEGO Batman, you are pretty much the biggest threat there. You have superhuman punches, so I had to use guns only to make it look like, you know, the character was actually in overwhelming situations and terrified. And of course, jump scares. Now, I had to artificially create my own jump scare here, try not to make it too scary, and also strike the balance between not just so loud it hurts your ears, but also kind of creepy in a LEGO sense, in a way. So what I went and did is, I got the scariest image from the game, I'd say, which is just the Joker's face, right? Because the level I've chosen is a Joker level, because I think it matches the horror tone the best. And then I went into what I found creepy as a kid, which was creepypastas, an old, really old internet thing, which you had Slender Man and many others. But Squidward's one, which I can't really mention due to demonetization of the word. Squidward's eyes were always creepy in the Squidward creepypasta, so I just kind of took Squidward's eyes and put them on the Joker. But it looks pretty good. And then I went through the sound effects. So I actually went on the website Sound Resource and downloaded the Lego Batman. You can actually do that and get various different ambient sounds or sounds you wouldn't normally find online just through the game files. And then finally, horror games are generally violent, but I didn't really need to touch anything here because Lego games are also very violent. They may not have blood, they may not have guts, but they have a lot of fighting and violence. So didn't need to touch anything there, and that was all sorted. So to finish off my concept of turning Lego Batman 1 into a horror game, I just added some small little video game things that you'd find in horror games, like loading screens and game overs. Stuff like that, fun things. So I'm going to go and show you now how it turned out and what a Lego horror game could potentially look like. It will probably never be done, but if it could, I'm sure it looks something like this. So there you have it, my concept of turning Lego Batman 1 into a horror. I definitely want to try this with other video games, so I think it would be really fun. And a lot of the other games I was thinking of, such as the Elder Scrolls series, you could turn them to many other things. They have a lot of mods which can make it a bit easier. Here I didn't really have many options, but I did what I could with what I had. And I think it turned out really cool. And I would like to see a Lego horror game, though, let's be honest, probably not. But thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed the content, like, comment, subscribe, and comment of the video. Let's do a fun, what ideas would you have for a Lego horror game? Put that down below and I'll check out your comments. Also check the links in the description for Patreon and Twitter. One day I will make the greatest tweet ever, maybe. But this has been Cyblock Entertainment. Thank you so much for watching.